What happens when a judge decides someone is simply too dangerous to trust? This defendant was already out on bond for serious charges, but then he was arrested again and again. As the judge uncovers the shocking details of his criminal history, the courtroom takes an unexpected turn that no one saw coming. Stay until the end, because the judge's final decision and the story behind a deadly pizza robbery will leave you speechless.
You're charged with aggravated robbery. You're charged with retaliation, and now you pick up 2 other cases? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. And I'm going to tell you now, if that means having to stick your bonds at $50,000, I will do it in a heartbeat. I'm going to put a whole host of conditions on you. I don't know if you're going to get out, but if you do, you violate one small thing, you will be staying with me. Do you understand? No dope, no alcohol, no going to any of the places where you've been charged with theft or any of the other things that you got. No weapons, and I'm putting an ankle monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Your curfew is from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do you understand? Your bonds now are set at around, what, 70? Who's representing?
Shreya's record.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Josh.
Josh, he stepped out because it was just coming out to sign the
I
condition.
can step in.
No, I think his bonds are wholly insufficient. His criminal mischief is at 1,000. His theft is at $800. That's just, and he's charged with aggravated robbery and a retaliation. I don't think so. That's like, that's, yeah. I now find that your bonds are wholly insufficient. You're way too dangerous, man. Way too dangerous.
You need to wait on the bond conditions then?
No, let's have it signed just in case he makes bond now. That way we have it in place. But I'll readdress the bond. Perception is reality. So let me get this right, Josh. He was out on bond for the aggravated robbery. He was out on bond on the other case, on the retaliation. And then he picked up these 2 new cases, right? Is that right? Let me check that.
I think he was out on bond for the ag rob, and then
Oh, the
Picked up.
ag robs from May.
yes, and then picked up
Picked up
the
a
theft.
retaliation on 9/4. And then after, so it's a 3rd time he's out, and then he picks up another case?
Allegations such are from August of this year. There's 2 cases in this court.
Yes,
Let me see.
it was after the ag rob and before the retaliation.
All right, so the retaliation is September 3rd. Mischief is August 28th. Okay, so let's talk about this. So officers get a call that a robbery has occurred. Complainant stated to officers 2 defendants later identified as defendant Marshall and defendant Ronald Waters, which was our other defendant from the other day, right? Remember Ronald Waters from yesterday? Hereinafter referred to as Waters and Marshall walked into a store, destroyed a glass partition, which was $300 to replace, and walked out of the store with 3 vapes and other stuff. Complainant stated both defendants walked in at the same time. Waters came up to the counter stating he wanted to purchase a t-shirt located behind the counter. While that was happening, Marshall attempted to come behind the counter, but the complainant was able to stop him. He reported that Marshall then came around to the front of the counter where Waters was. That he was distracted by Waters, who purchased a t-shirt, opened the packaged shirt, and seconds later wanted a refund, which he gave him the refund. Complainant reported that as that was happening, Marshall used his hands to mess with the glass partition, heard the glass breaking, grabbed 3 vape pens, other things, and ran out the store without any attempt to pay. Complainant states that he knows both defendants by sight and can identify them from priors. So while being out on all that, on the aggravated robbery, in that one, what do we have? Did he hold someone up?
Aggro.
Yeah, let's see how dangerous Mr. Marshall really is. Allegedly.
So the complaining witness was a delivery man for Domino's. I believe he made a delivery to the co-defendant in that case. The complaining witness said he felt something wasn't right and told the co-defendant to just pay him half so he could leave. The co-defendant pulled out a handgun, pointed it at the complaining witness, and demanded the pizza. The complaining witness noticed this defendant by his vehicle at that point and observed defendant Marshall open his front passenger door, reach in and steal a fanny pack that held his cell phone. So this defendant
part of the offense. He's not the one with the actual.
He was not the one pointing the gun. Yes, Judge.
The complainant began to feel that something was not right and offered to accept half the amount due for the pizza just so that he could leave the location. White then pulled out a firearm, pointed at the complainant, and demanded the pizza. White told complainant that he had 5 seconds to give him everything he had and began to count out loud. Do you know how scary that is to have someone hold a gun at you, tell them you have 5 seconds to give them everything or else? That is really, really terrifying and can cause people to have nightmares, all kinds of psychological issues. God. When defendant White reached his 5-second countdown, the complainant stated that he saw defendant White attempting to pull the trigger and could hear a clicking sound. It was at that moment the complainant was fearing for his life. He attempted to push defendant White's pistol away from his face and was able to retrieve his own firearm, namely a pistol. Complainant feared for his life and discharged the pistol at defendant White. Oh, the complainant shot and killed defendant White, who died at the scene. Complainant stated the defendant Marshall ran off with his property and the complainant drove to a safe location before calling the police. This is Houston. I will do everything in my power to protect our city. I want you to understand that. And that person is now gone. For a pizza, his life is now gone. How well did you know this person? How well did you, was he a good friend of yours?
So what I knew was apartments.
I'm going to make each of your bonds $3,500, Mr. Marshall. I want you to understand that if you are able to make bond, I'm putting a whole host of conditions on you.
I will understand.
Don't be a danger to our city. You have but one life. Stop. You have but one life. You know, when it's gone forever. And it's so very, very short. So heed the advice, because I'm not giving you any more warnings. Do you understand? Okay. Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, you were wanted out of the state of wherever. Probably denial, I don't know. But I have you here now because your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before. I don't know who you
Order
are.
in the court.
No, my primary concern are two things. Number one, will you go back to the jurisdiction that...
This case is a powerful reminder that every decision has consequences, and sometimes one bad choice can change multiple lives forever. What do you think? Did the judge make the right call, or was the bond too harsh? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy real courtroom cases, legal analysis, and shocking moments like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next case.